All right, here's part 2 of the homework. I did find the other sheet. I had to print it out. All good. And so here again, it's indeterminate, but we have to rationalize, which means we use the conjugate for an algebraic technique to eliminate the discontinuity. Let me just get organized. Okay. So when I look here, the conjugate would be root x plus 4. And then to simplify this, the numerator, we'll just write them beside each other. The denominator, we're going to multiply out. That's root x times root x, and negative 4 times 4. Then the x subtract 16 is a removable discontinuity. Plug in 16 for x. The square root of 16 is 4 plus 4, and you can evaluate the limit. Oh, my camera. There it is. All right, we're going to use the conjugate again, plus 8. So root 32x, that's just 32x. Negative 8 plus 8, that's negative 64. The denominator, we're going to just put them beside each other and not multiply it out. The numerator can still be factored further, so you can see what removes. So factor out of 32, and you're left with x minus 2. So now you can see what is removable. That would create a hole in the graph, which the limit still exists at a hole. So x subtract 2 eliminates, plug in 2, we get 32. Here, 32 times 2 is 64. So the square root of 64 is 8 plus 8, and you get your answer. So the answer to that is 2. Number 11, we're going to use the conjugate. That's plus 3. So we're going to write down the limit as x approaches negative 2. Now the numerator, they're just going to be written beside each other. The denominator, root and root, they undo, so just x plus 11. Negative 3 times 3 is minus 9. Now 11 take away 9 is 2. So these do eliminate and evaluate at negative 2. So negative 2 plus 11 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 plus 3, and you got your answer. So again, we're going to use the conjugate, top and bottom. So the limit as x approaches 0, the numerator, 1 times 1 is 1. And root x plus 1, root x plus 1. Just know that that subtract sign belongs to both. 2x. We'll just put them beside each other. So 1 take away 1 leaves me with negative x. So the x's eliminate. And if I evaluate, I have negative 1 on top. That's what's left. 2. Negative 1. Sorry, 0, I mean. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So square root of 1, that ends up being 1 plus 1, 2. So altogether, that's negative 1/4. Number 13. Again, we're going to use the conjugate. So the limit as x approaches negative 3, the numerator, we'll just put them beside each other. The denominator, a root and a root, they just undo each other. Negative 5 times 5 is negative 25. Uh, 16 take away 25 is negative 9 minus 3x. We're going to factor out a negative 3. And when you factor out a negative 3, you get 3 plus x, same as x plus 3. So now I can remove the discontinuity. And now I'm going to evaluate at negative 3. So negative times a negative, that's plus 9. So 16 plus 9 is 25. The square root of 25 is 5, and 5 plus 5 is 10. Negative 3 is what's left, and I get 10 over negative 3. All right, last one. The conjugate, that's the square root of 11x subtract 2 plus 8, top and bottom. So the limit as x approaches 6. The numerator, the square root times the square root, they just remove. So it's just 11x subtract 2. Negative 8 times 8, that's minus 64. The denominator, I'm just going to put them beside each other. Simplify this. So combine like terms. That is minus 64? 66. 66? What did I do wrong? Making sure I didn't make a mistake. It's 66, right? Huh. Why was I like frozen? All right. The numerator, you can factor out an 11. These are opposite factors. They still eliminate. So opposite factors leaves you with a negative 1. So now I'm going to reevaluate. So that's negative 11. In the denominator, this is 66. Take away 2, 64. The square root of 64 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. And you have your answer. All right, Mr. G Math, over and out. I'm proud of you for doing your homework. Till next time.